Hi, this is Iman and I'm your host for Biohack-it. Today we're going to dive into something which is not your typical science-based topic, but I can tell you is one of the biggest things that will impact your health and your emotions. And that is relationships and the quality of your relationships. So picture this. What if I told you that the people you hang out with could be making you sick? That's right. Toxic relationships and negative people aren't just bad for your mood. They can actually harm your physical health. Stay tuned because we're about to uncover how cutting toxic people out of your life can be a game changer for your well-being and surrounding yourself with a really meaningful community of people that inspire you, motivate you, can really have positive impacts on your life. The quality of our relationships really determine the outcome of our life, believe it or not, and there are tons of studies to actually back into this. If you guys have read any of Dan Buettner's work around blue zones, you will know that one of the biggest reasons people live longer in blue zones is because of community. Those relationships that they cultivate and harbor and keep really helps them to age, stay healthy, and not even develop certain autoimmune diseases that we see a lot in the West when people are leading a lot more isolated lives. Let's start with the good stuff. Healthy relationships. Think about your best friend, your supportive partner, or even the family member that always has your back. These relationships do more than just make you feel good. They boost your mental and emotional health. Science backs this up. Strong social connections can lower your stress hormones, improve your immune system, and even help you live longer. But what about the flip side? What happens when relationships are toxic? Picture this. Constant criticism, manipulation, emotional drainage, volatility, that plagues havoc on your immune system. And it sounds exhausting, right? So imagine what your body is actually feeling and experiencing. Chronic stress in relationships can lead to some serious health issues like high blood pressure, heart disease. So the stakes are extremely high. So why aren't we cutting more toxic people out of your life? One of the big things I talk about on my page is detoxing your physical body, but also detoxing your emotional body. And from emotional body, I mean people that don't serve you anymore. We're on a journey of life and we're ever changing and ever moving and ever evolving. Sometimes it's okay to outgrow people and we need to give ourselves that forgiveness when we reach that point that people just don't work for us anymore. They're different people. Sometimes people are there for a reason. Sometimes they're there for a season. And we need to be able to acknowledge that and with kindness and peace be able to leave relationships that are no longer serving us. I personally have previously having been divorced and now being in a really loving marriage, not only have I personally heavily detoxed my life from friends that were not serving me anymore and friends that I felt weighed down by, but also I have detoxed my life from attachments that just weren't serving me and creating those healthy boundaries with my now partner and some of my friends, making sure that I feel seen, heard, and acknowledged, but I also am able to hear and see and make sure their needs are being met. There has to be healthy boundaries and parameters in place. And I personally advise people, don't put all your hopes and expectations onto one person. That is why we have a community. One person cannot do it all for you. I also really heavily believe in self-regulating. We are in charge of our health and our happiness, and we are in charge of making sure our healing is happening, nobody else. So a lot of people look externally for that healing or for someone to complete them. We don't need anybody to complete us. We are complete and perfect within ourselves. When you are with a partner or you're with a friend or you're with a group of people, even coworkers and colleagues can offer this to you, making sure you're bringing your whole self to the table and not pieces of yourself, hoping somebody else is going to complete you and pick up the pieces. So just like you spring clean your closet every season, sit back and check in with yourself and check in with the quality of the people and the relationships you have around you and the people you're keeping closest to you and in your life. Are they energizing you? Are they supporting you? And also, are they holding you accountable? Because we all need people to call out our bullshit, because that's really what true friendship and relationships is. But if something is dragging you down, is adding to your life in a negative or a toxic way, then that person or situation needs to be removed, as tough as it is. So I always remind my community, if you're detoxing your physical body, make sure to also detox your emotional health. And that means keep on top of the community you have around you and who you surround yourself with.